Inequalities with rational expressions, question number 11. Here we have negative 2 divided by 2x plus 1 plus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, this plus 3 kind of gets in the way. So what we want to do is we want to get a common denominator with the 2x plus 1. So I'm going to rewrite the 3 as like 3 over 1 and multiply the numerator and denominator by 2x plus 1. So that gives us negative 2 over 2x plus 1 plus 3 times, in brackets 2x plus 1, over 2x plus 1. Okay, and notice if these 2x plus 1's canceled, I would get right back to the 3. Okay, so now we have a common denominator, so I can add the tops and keep the bottoms. So that gives me negative 2, and then the 3 multiplies the 2x plus 1, giving us 6x plus 3. So I have negative 2 plus 6x plus 3 on the numerator, and then in the denominator, I have the common denominator, which is 2x plus 1. I'm going to simplify the top by adding the negative 2 and the 3, and that gives us 6x plus 1 divided by 2x plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so here's our nice rational expression. I'm going to take the important parts, okay, which is 6x plus 1. We want to know when that's equal to 0. And I'm going to get the 6x alone by subtracting 1 from both sides. And that gives us 6x equals negative 1. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 6. So x is equal to negative 1/6. With the 2x plus 1, I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. And then I have 2x equals negative 1. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and we get x is equal to negative 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to put that on the number line. And you have to realize that 1/2 is larger than positive 1/2 is bigger than 1/6. So the negative 1/6 is closer to 0 than the negative 1/2 is, right? So the negative 1/6 is actually larger than negative 1/2. So the negative 1/2 comes first on the number line, then the negative 1/6. Okay, so that's going to effectively divide up our number line into 5 different sections. The area that's less than negative 1/2, the area that's equal to 1/2, or that point that's equal to 1/2 really, and then the area between negative 1/2 and negative 1/6, and then the point that is equal to negative 1/6, and then the area that's greater than 1/6. So there's the 5 different regions, and let's fill in a chart with those 5 regions. So we're looking at with the numerator, okay, 6x plus 1, the denominator 2x plus 1, and then altogether the 6x plus 1 over 2x plus 1. Okay, and we're looking at those values when x is first less than negative 1/2, equal to negative 1/2, between negative 1/2 and negative 1/6, and equal to negative 1/6 and greater than negative 1/6. All right, so when x is less than 1/2, for example, when x is negative 2, for example, you have 6 times negative 2, which is negative 12 plus 1 is a negative. And that gives us negative 11, so it's negative. Okay, we're just interested whether it's negative, positive, 0, or undefined. Okay, if we have, if x is equal to negative 1/2, 6 times negative 1/2 is negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2, so that's negative. When x is somewhere between negative 1/2 and negative 1/6, let's just say like negative 1/4. So 6 times, or negative 1/3 would be easier. 6 times negative 1/3 is negative 2 plus 1 is still negative. It's negative 1. When x is equal to negative 1/6, 6 times negative 1/6 is negative 1 plus 1 is 0. So it's equal to 0. When x is greater than negative 1/6, for example, when x is 1, so we have 1 times 6, or 0 would be even easier. So we have 6 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1, which is positive. All right, then we're looking at 2x plus 1. When 2x plus 1 is less, when x is less than 1/2, what's 2x plus 1? For example, when x is negative 1. So 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, which is negative. When x is equal to negative 1/2, 2 times negative 1/2 is negative 1 plus 1 is 0. When x is between negative 1/2 and negative 1/6, for example, negative, I don't know, a quarter. So 2 times negative 1/4 is negative 1/2 plus 1 is 1/2, which is positive. When x is equal to negative 1/6, 2 times negative 1/6 is negative 1/3 plus 1 is going to be positive 2/3, so that's positive. And when x is greater than negative 1/6, when x is 0, for example, it's 1, which is positive. All right, so now we're going to look at when we divide them. And actually, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to do this in 2 parts. So look for part 2 of question 11. Have a good day.